Optical illusion art, or op art for short, is artwork that tricks your eye. It can be art that tricks your eye into seeing two different things, like this artwork where you can either see a vase or two faces. It can trick your eyes into seeing something move that is actually still. Or it can trick your eyes into seeing something pop up even though it is flat. Today we are going to make our own op art hearts. To get started, we need to make a big heart. This should take up most of your paper. Then we're going to grab a ruler and make straight lines across the entire page. Now notice here that the line from my ruler is the same as the line at the top of the paper. If I were to tilt it, the lines aren't the same. So we want to make sure our lines are as similar as we can get them. When you have it lined up really nice, make a line across the paper, and if you bump into your heart, lift up your pencil and continue your line after. Now we're going to end up making bumps here, but since the top of the heart is too high, the first one's not going to have a bump. Now I'm lining up my ruler here and making sure it lines up with the line above it. We want to have these as similar as we can. I'm making my line, lifting my pencil when I run into my heart. And then once I have my straight line across, I'm going to make my first bumps in the heart. This is going to give you that optical illusion that the heart is raising above the paper. So carefully draw a bump up. It's just a curved line instead of the straight lines that we were making. And we'll continue to do that all the way down the paper. Now we're going to pick some colors to fill in our lines. I only picked 2 colors, but you can pick as many colors as you'd like. But we want to try to create some kind of a pattern. So I chose orange and purple. So my pattern's going to go orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple. For this part, make sure that you aren't coloring too hard. When we are all finished coloring everything in, we're going to go back and start adding shadows, and that's when we're going to start pushing down hard on our colored pencil. If we push down hard for the entire thing, you're not going to get that shadow and we won't get as much of an optical illusion. So make sure for this part that you're drawing very lightly. Now we're going to start darkening up some of our lines. So on the edge of the heart and going outwards away from the heart, we're going to add a darker area of our colored pencil. Then make sure that as you're getting farther away from the heart, that you're fading it out a little bit. There shouldn't be any harsh lines. This should look like a nice shadow gradient. Remember, a gradient is going from one color to another. So we're going from a really dark orange here all the way out to a lighter orange. Notice that you can't tell where one part stops and one part starts. It's a nice, even gradient. So really take your time with this part. The more even it looks, the better your optical illusion will be. Now that we have the shading all finished outside of the heart, we're going to do the same exact thing on the inside of the heart. Remember, make a nice gradient. The better your gradient, the better the illusion will be. Now that the shading's all done, we're going to add some highlights. At the center of every single stripe of color, go ahead and erase just a little bit. This will give your heart a highlight. Notice that I'm doing the very center of the heart, but I'm also getting the very center of the couple ribbons that are towards the top.